Hi, this is JP Smith from Boxing Saves Lives, and welcome to Andy Shoesmith's gym here in Hampstead on Mark Road. I've just met Andy for the first time tonight, so hello Andy.
Hello!
Right, mate?
Good to meet you.
Yeah, you too, mate. And I just wanted to have a quick chat with you about how things are going down at the gym and that. So I run an organisation called Boxing Saves Lives over in Luton and across Bedfordshire, and the reason I set that up was I really believe the work that boxing coaches can change lives, young people's lives and lives of anybody of any age. So it's probably a bit of an experiment. I'm going to talk to you about what you do in this gym, but I can pretty much guarantee that what you do is exactly the kind of thing that's changed people's lives. So tell me how you got into doing boxing coaching in the first place, Andy.
I boxed for years myself. I boxed from the age of 6 and all the way through to, well, the first fight was age 11, last fight was age 32.
Yeah.
I got my pro trainer's licence after my last amateur fight when I was 28.
Yeah.
Helping Paul Rees, who already had a trainer's licence and boxers underneath him, to give him a hand, as well as training amateur boxers at St Albans Boxing Club as well.
Yeah.
As time went on, I kind of had a bit of a fallout with St Albans Boxing Club for one reason or another.
Classic boxing.
Yeah,
Classic boxing.
It's just politics really.
Yeah.
So I was training over at Cheshunt Boxing Club.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Cheshunt Boxing Club, Monster Gym in Cheshunt. With Paul Rees and with the pros. There's Ashley Sexton. Joe Smythe, Phil Gill, Elliot Matthews. There was loads of others anyway. Brad Watson. Yeah, there's champions there.
Yeah.
Championship level fighters. You know, I was doing a lot of the health, fitness, the sort of strength and conditioning type training with them, as well as the boxing side.
How did you get to be there in the first place? Because you said you went into a boxing gym at the age of 6, so where did that come from?
My brother. Your brother? My brother was 12, I was 6, and I used to go to watch him, it was supposed to be, but while he was doing the action, I would run up and hit the bags and sit back down. You weren't supposed to train till you was 10, I was only 6.
Yeah. And
then he's like, it's in a school, and they had the school benches. They say, let's sit there, don't move, don't touch the bags. And I'd run up, punch the bag, oh you, sit down. They went on for about 6 months until they realised that I wasn't going to stop. Yeah. And I'm like, we'll change the rules, you can join in. Yeah. So from the age of sort of 6 and a half there I was, and the other guys, the other youngest was kind of 10. Yeah. So I ended up sparring with 10-year-olds when I was 7. So that brought me on even quicker. Obviously, the better the opponents, the better you become. So by the time I was 11, able to have a fight, I was half decent.
So when did you have your first? So when you had your first amateur fight, what was that like then?
Obviously nervous like everybody is, but I absolutely loved it. The guy had 6 and lost 6, and I was having my first. So I beat him, won my next couple. My fourth was against someone that had 3-1-3, and I had 3-1-3, so that was a big contest. I won that one. I went to 6-0, and then my 7th fight was against a guy from Berkhamsted who I knew, he was a family friend. We'd sort of known each other as kids, and it was just a bit weird being in the opposing corner to someone I knew. Yeah. And I couldn't concentrate, and he was like really nippy, really quick, and like bang bang move, bang bang move, bang bang move. The third round, the third bell on the third round, went diddling, and I was kind of like, it was a bit surreal. I didn't even know I'd been in a fight. He raised his hand, and I'm going, what happened there?
When's the fight up?
So I've now won 6 and lost 1. The next fight that I lost was sort of 4 or 5 fights later with Billy Schwerp.
Oh,
he went on to win the world title, didn't he?
Yeah, of course he did. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's my second defeat. But learned a lot.
No great shame there.
I did only have 1 point in it. It was like a 50-50 fight.
Wow. Where was that one?
That was on his show at the Luton Labour Club. Yeah. He won by a point, and then a few years later I boxed him in the schools. Same thing, he beat me by a point again. Yeah. Exactly the same. I think it was like 12 the first time, I think 15 the second time. Both really good close fights and sort of good learning fights. And what happened after that, I went over to Luton Irish regular sparring. There was him and Francis Story, both British champions.
I know Francis.
And they brought me on to a new level, sparring with them every week. Used to do every Tuesday spar, because Francis was bigger than me as well. Billy was the weight below, Francis was the weight above.
Right. I was going to say, he wasn't bigger than you, was he? Because Francis is not tall at all, is he?
He's weight above though.
Is
Yeah.
Wow, it was like a
We
rocket.
was three in a row. There was Bill, me, and then Francis in the weight divisions.
Yeah.
So we'd go to home counties, 3 different weights. So Billy was a tough spar because he was so fast. Wasn't a puncher then. He developed a punch later on in life. But back then he was like tap and move, but really, really quick. Bang, bang, move. So you had trouble trapping him and catching him.
Yeah.
Whereas Francis was the opposite because he's a bit bigger. Planted his feet and he'd bash me up. You know, I was going over there and it was like getting run around by Billy and then getting bashed up by Francis. But as time went on, they ended up kind of 50-50 spars.
Yeah, that's really good.
Years later, Francis made a comeback when we was both in the ABAs and he come over to St Albans sparring. I don't want to say too much in here in case he sees it.
He does well. They'll be on it.
Yeah, we had good spars. Getting ready for the ABAs that year, I was sparring with Francis Story one week and then Lee Daniels the following week.
Yeah.
And they was due to fight each other.
Yeah.
And they was both asking me like,
what's he
a bit
like?
of inside information, but I sort of signed up to the pair of them.
Yeah, respect.
And I had good tough spars with them because they were doing light middles and I was doing welters.
Yeah.
So they're both bigger than me, but real good spars with them.
So you done your box and then you go about 28. You started moving things on from there after you finished your amateurs. When did you actually get this gym then? Where did you actually start? Was this?
Well, I've moved from Cheshunt because it became a bit too much travelling. I was going either from Hemel to Cheshunt or St Albans to Cheshunt when I work. It was just getting a bit much with M25 traffic and becoming a bit of a pain. So I set up a gym at my house. I had a little extension inside of my house, enough room for sort of 4 people to work out at the time, me plus 4. So I was getting like 4 after 4 and it was busy. But the neighbours started complaining because there's cars outside and they're causing the noise and stuff like that. So then I put it out there to get my own gym. This is probably 6 years ago now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Something else come up available to rent via somebody else. So I was there for like 3 years. And then eventually this come available. But it was, when I first took it over, it was only a third of this size, less than a third of this size. And the ring and a couple of punch bags, that was it. We worked it like that for 6 months, 9 months, and then realised it was busy, so busy, so we knocked the wall down, moved it across, spoke to the landlord, can we have some more room? We never had a toilet, there was a ratty old toilet downstairs, you used to have to go outside, if it was snowing or raining.
Like the 60s, isn't it?
Snowing or raining, you used to have to go outside to use the carsey. So then we realised like, it was still getting busier and busier, so we extended it again. So it's had 3 extensions since I've been here. Put the toilets in, proper toilets.
Proper, yeah. Flushing and all, flushing.
Yeah,
no charge.
We changed the flooring, we changed the lighting, painted everything. Yeah. New canvas, new ropes, new window in at the end. And just recently just put a fire exit in.
And so what was your ambition once you got your own gym set up properly? What is it? Because obviously chatting to Fitzy and that, he's often said he not interested in winning the world titles. He uses this gym for obviously his fights, but also his mental health. Have you seen a lot of people coming through the doors?
Massively. Yeah. More and more as time has gone on. My drive is different to what it used to be. I was sort of, I guess as I get older, I'm 52 now. It's not so much a massive desire to create champions anymore. It's more to train the general public, train kids, train people who've got issues in whatever direction. And a lot of people have said to me that they come in here purely for that reason, to clear their head, clear their mind. Brilliant. By punching something, by getting endorphins working, by someone screaming and shouting at them. People actually, they like it. They might not like it at the time, but they go home and they go, oh, I love that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And you know what, I find that in schools, you'd be working with girls and then you meet these girls and be like, oh, I don't want to get involved.
At the time, I don't like it.
Don't want to do that next week. What time are you coming next week, sir? What time are you coming next week? And you're like, oh, that's you know what I mean? I'm doing just give people a push.
I've started doing ladies' classes fairly recently. They're all loving it, they're getting into it. They've a good buzz. Most of the guys and girls that I'm training are all of a certain age, or a lot of them are at a certain age. Well into 30s or 40s even.
I was going to say, when people say a certain age, they're not 21. It's true, but not.
Well, I'm 52 and some of them are older than me.
Fair enough.
And they're still getting stuck in. That's another thing, they can come here without feeling, if they're overweight, don't bother me. If they're old, don't bother me. Do your best, try your best. I'll try and push you a little bit beyond your limits without killing you.
Yeah, exactly.
I can read someone when I can see they're tired. I know whether they're putting it on, whether they're really tired.
Yeah,
I know
whether they just need that kick.
Whether I can push them or not.
Yeah.
You can obviously see if they're wheezing and they're bright red in the face, you go, but you better have a rest.
You maybe should, yeah.
Don't get a drink.
Yeah. It'll be a bit like Fitzy when he's doing his running. There'll be parts of what he does his running Sunday that he'll be like, now I want to stop, but it's only his mind telling him.
Oh, exactly,
yeah. You know?
Yeah, the marathon's a tough thing. I've done loads of half marathons, and you do have to get through barriers.
Yeah.
You'll find that I found 6 miles was a little bit of a barrier, and then when I got to about 10 or 11, it was another little bit of a barrier. But you just got to grit your teeth and get on with it.
Yeah.
Get yourself through.
Yeah.
And it depends if you get injuries. I had a hip problem one time. I had a blistered toe another time.
That's the time it just catches up to you. That's Sunday for that 3 hours it gets you there.
You just got to get to the finish line and worry about it then.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, listen, Andy, thank you so much for letting me come down to the gym tonight to see you
appreciate it.
and have a chat with yourself, and I really appreciate it, mate.
Brilliant.
So, thanks for chatting in the box.
Good stuff.
Cheers, Andy. Thanks, mate.
Good luck all.